Alright, what is going on, people? I figured today I would just do a playthrough of Ducktales, because that's fun and quick, and I'm not a speedrunner for this game at all. So I guess I'll play on difficult. And when I play this game, I usually just go through the levels in the order that they're on the screen here, so guess we'll start with the Amazon. Yeah, I've been playing this game since I was, like, wearing diapers. I still wear diapers, but, you know, I started when I started wearing diapers. I remember, like, sitting in front of the TV when I was a kid, playing this, and I was pretty good even as a kid, but I remember struggling with the pogo at first. I actually remember struggling with the pogo. You know, this right here. But, yeah, I got used to it, and, yeah, I was, like, super young. How old was I? I was probably, like 4, I want to say. I've been playing games for a long time. So it's kind of neat that, you know, you play this game, and, when I was a kid, this game seemed like a pretty big, long game, because I sucked at it. You know, I could beat it, but it took a while. But now it's like, you know, you can get through it pretty quickly. It's not a very big game, which is kind of like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, it's such a good game, I wish it was longer. But at the same time, it's such a nice, like, bite-size game. Like, you know, if you have, like, a half an hour before work, you can just, like, play through DuckTales. So, I don't know, that's kind of cool. But, I mean, if you like DuckTales, there's always DuckTales 2, which is a little more, in-depth, I guess. Like, it's not super in-depth, but it's a little more challenging, I think. I think there's even, like, a secret level that you can unlock, and there's more collectibles, and there's just kind of a little bit more to it. Maybe I'll review that one day. Well, I must. I'm sure I will. So. These bees, I hate these bees. And these red plants. I'm not gonna try to, like, take too many shortcuts. I don't think, yeah, because you can get right up, like, you can do this, you can just boom, go right up here and get right to the boss, but it's a little too quick. Like I said, if this were a speedrun, then I may have done that, but I don't speedrun, so. And what the hell are those? Are those bees or spiders? They look like spiders dressed as bees. And we're just coming up here, so this this fucking guy. Pay this. Fuck you, asshole. Such a fucking horseshit. Like, I don't even have that much money. But you can just do that, so joke's on him. Paying him all that money. Fuck that. But when I was a kid, I would pay him the money. Alright, the bosses. Yeah, the bosses in this game, I mean, they're not very difficult. I mean, none of this game is difficult. Except this, doing this, the pogo mechanic. Not anymore, but as a kid. You have to, like, jump and then press down and then hold B. It's kind of weird the way that it works. You have to press and hold down and press and hold B. But once you, like, bounce for the first time, you can let go of down and just hold B. So it's a little silly, but they fixed it in DuckTales 2. Sorry if I said that already. Transylvania. I mean, I like this stage, because it's, you know, spooky and stuff, but, like, why do they have to make you go here 3 times in the game? And, yeah, I guess I'm not really going to explore a whole lot. Probably should. Yeah, fuck it. We will get the life upgrade, though, because, you know, difficult is difficult. I used to watch the DuckTales cartoon as a kid. I don't remember it, though. The majority of my DuckTales experiences with this game. You play it so many times, you just know where everything is. It's kind of the one thing, you know, if you play a game so many times, it takes away a little bit of the fun, because, you know, part of the fun is exploring. And you don't need to do that anymore. Which is why I like DuckTales 2 was cool, because I haven't played it nearly as much as I played this game. Like, I never owned it as a kid. In fact, I didn't even know about DuckTales 2 until I think I was a teenager. And I had a computer with like over 700 NES ROMs on it. So I remember seeing a DuckTales 2 and going, huh, there was a second one? And I think I remember playing it for like a moment. But for whatever reason, I didn't stick with it. And that was it. And then I didn't play it again until I actually owned the cartridge as an adult. And yeah, it's a great game, and I like that I don't exactly know where everything is, so... And I don't play it often enough to even remember where everything was from the last time I played it, so that's kind of cool. African Mines, yeah, I think this is kind of silly here. Like, they make you go back to Transylvania. Like, that would be cool if, like, I forgot the key. But you actually can't get the key on your first time here. Like, this mirror doesn't work, I don't think. So yeah, they make you do that every time, so... It's just a small nitpick, though. All these treasures here. It's pretty fun. Sometimes I find treasure chests that I didn't know about. Same with Mario 3. I still play Mario 3, and there's still shit in that game that I'm just discovering now, which is kind of cool. That's what I like about video games. One thing that I like about them. But, yeah. Too bad they didn't make a DuckTales game for Super Nintendo. That would have been cool. See, this right here is kind of funny, because it's like, you know, you can use these... I think I just fucked up. You can use these to get over, but then now you can't get them. Because now they're gone, unless there is a way that you can do it, but I don't know it, so... It's a mystery to me. Oh, fuck you. You ever notice that in video games, the food that heals you oftentimes is like unhealthy shit? Like in this game, it's fucking ice cream and cakes and shit. You think that would like cause you to die quicker because it's unhealthy, but like... You know what I mean? So often it's like bad, unhealthy food. Remember playing Dead Rising, and you could like heal yourself with food? And you would eat like a bag of chips, and you would hear him eating, and then at the end he'd be like, whew! And it's like, dude, it sounds like you were refreshed by those salty chips. A friend of mine, we'd always fucking laugh at that. Like, how are those refreshing, dude? I'm almost dead. I hate, fucking stop talking to me. Oh fuck, I almost landed on that flower. Yeah, no Super Nintendo DuckTales game. What up with that? That would have been cool. Time for the boss. When I was a kid, I used to call every boss, I used to call them the big boss guy. The big boss guy is coming up. It was weird, because my brother had a fascination with, like, the evil characters in video games. And sometimes we'd give the bosses nicknames, like, there we go. In Zelda, Link to the Past, the boss of the third dungeon in the Light World, we called him the Skittle guy. Because I thought he just looked like Skittles. And I loved Skittles. And I still call him the Skittle guy, even till today. And I think my brother calls him the Skittle guy too. The Skittle guy. So yeah, we're yeah, I'm not exactly very creative when it comes to giving names, but fuck you. Fucking mountain goats. Yeah, my brother loved the bosses in video games. Like, he always wanted to see the bosses. I think it was like, because he could never get to them on his own. So like whenever my mom or me would play video games, he'd be like, "Oh, show me the boss. I want to see the boss." You know. So. The Himalayas. I always thought this was ice cream land. I don't know, like it definitely looks like snow, but as a kid I like thought it was just ice cream. I mean, I knew it was snow. You know, like I knew it was snow, but like to me it was like ice cream. Same with like the lava in Super Mario World. I always thought it looked more like tomato soup than it did lava. So I'm just gonna get the whatever the hell it's called, the life upgrade over here. Yeah, you saved me. Yep, I sure did. This jump is tricky. Oh, fuck, I bet you I'm gonna die here. Nope. Yeah, maybe I'm just, maybe I just love food. You know? Everything reminds me of food. These always remind me of penises. Like I'm standing on the ball, the left ball. Yeah, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm such a loser. Ooh, the red ones. Yeah. Fuck yeah. These guys scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I thought they were so scary. Funny how you perceive things so differently, depending on the age. Like, I remember the first time I watched The Hills Have Eyes, the remake. Oh, I was like 18 or 19. And I had such a fucking hard time watching it for some reason. Like, I was just so uncomfortable throughout the whole movie. Like, I was just like, man, this family is living the worst nightmare. But now, I'm 32. And I still like that movie, but, like, I'm not, you know, uncomfortable at all watching it. Like, there's not really any movie that, like, really scares me. Or makes me feel uncomfortable. I just watched Midsummer last night. I liked it. Thought it was pretty good. But yeah, it's a psychological horror, so it scares you differently. Now, anytime I see people in those white clothes, I want to kill them all. You know? I just fucking snorted. Jesus. Yeah. It was a good movie. It was fucked. It's cool because it's like, you know, a really awful nightmare in the middle of the day. In like a really nice place. Like, it's such a nice place. But yeah, awful things are happening. If you haven't seen it, and you're a horror fan, I would recommend it. If you're not a horror fan, I would maybe skip it, because I can see how, like, you know, people who watch, like, horror movies casually might not like it, because it is slow-paced. There's a little bit of gore. By the way, I know how to skip this level quickly, but I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go through it. Not that way. But anyway, yeah, Midsummer. Yeah, if you're like an actual horror fan, I think that you'll dig it. Because you really get what's going on. But like, yeah, if you just like to watch shitty-ass fucking teen jump scare movies like The Nun, you probably won't like Midsummer. Like, I thought it was a little too long. But I was thinking about it afterwards, I was like, man, does this movie need to be that long? And I don't know, because, like, if they got rid of some scenes or shortened some scenes, I don't know if it would have, like, made the pacing feel off. I review video games, not really movies. I don't know if I'm qualified to review a movie. I don't know. But either way, I thought it was pretty good. It's just so fucked how, like, these fucking guys. I hate when they get stuck like that. Fuck it. I'll take some damage. Yeah, it's just so crazy to see how some people are. But, yeah, I don't want to spoil the movie. But, I don't know why I was talking about horror movies now. Oh well. I need some ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for frozen yogurt. Bless me bagpipes. Yeah, here's a secret. I don't know if you knew about this, but she gives ice cream, which is pretty cool. You gotta jump down with your pogo stick, though, because those guys are back. The aliens from Bart vs. the Space Mutants are back. Yeah, Bart vs. Space Mutants. That game, I like it, but it's not good. But, yeah, I didn't really play the other ones for NES, like I think there's like Bart vs. the World, and, Bart meets Radioactive Man or something. Never, I've played them, but I never really got into them. Whereas, the Space Mutants, I can beat the game. I can beat it. Yeah, it's just a shame, because I think that game, I mean, I don't really think any of it's, like, good, per se. But I do really enjoy it, and I do think it's nostalgia with that game that makes me like it so much, because we had it growing up. I remember playing it with my mom and stuff, and so that was pretty cool. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can say that it's good. Like, I remember, like, super early on, I, had no idea how to beat the first level, because I'm a kid, right? I didn't really read stuff or pay attention. There's some ice cream there. So yeah, that game there, I had a hard time even figuring out how to beat the level, because it's not like Mario. You don't just go to the right. You know, you actually have stuff to do. This boss here can be a bit of an asshole. But there's like a trick, if you just kind of stay in one spot, you can like go through him when he's flashing. But anyway, yeah, Bart vs. Yeah, like, I'll play, like, the first 3 levels I actually enjoy. But once you get to the 4th level, the museum, I fucking hate that game. Like, that level is just so shit. And then, the final level, the power plant, is also not fun. But I remember, even as a kid, I beat that. I remember as a kid, I fucking beat that game. I don't know how. My mom must have helped me. Because when I played through it, recently for my review, not recently, it was last year sometime, but for my review, I wanted to show a little bit of every level, so I beat it. And, yeah, I don't know, the first 3 levels I don't mind. I actually kind of like them. But after that, the game is just a whole lot of crap. And it's kind of weird, because, like, I kind of like the Super Nintendo Simpsons games, like Bart's Nightmare and Virtual Bart. I kind of like those games, but, like, same kind of thing, like, only some of the game is good or fun. You know, like in Bart's Nightmare, I like the Itchy and Scratchy door, the yellow door, and I don't mind the Bartman door, the blue one. You know? But the other doors I don't like. Like the Bartzilla game, I think stinks. I don't like the one where you're like Indiana Jones. Fuck, I missed the bet. And same with Virtual Bart. I like the tomato throwing game. And I kind of like the water park game, even though I don't know how to play it, but I kind of like them. But like, I hate the dinosaur one, the road rash one. Yeah, it's just so weird that like both games have a few decent mini games, but otherwise I just don't like them enough to really give them a chance. Like, I would love to be able to say that I beat Bart's Nightmare, but I just don't enjoy it enough to want to put the effort into it, so I don't. This is cool, Dracula Duck. It's cool because, like, I'm a big fan of Dracula. Not all the Dracula movies. I actually don't like the Francis Coppola film, the 1992 Bram Stoker's Dracula. I don't know, I just find it kind of cheesy, kind of silly. But I love the 1931 film with Bela Lugosi. I think that film is really good. I watch it a few times a year. So that's DuckTales. We just beat DuckTales. What was that? 20 minutes-ish? Yeah, and that was like kind of taking my time. Maybe I should speedrun this game one day. I don't know. Anyway, look at the total money. Yeah, there's a way to end the game with $0, but you have to, like, press select, because if you press select throughout the game, you refill your health, but at a cost. I don't know what the cost is, but if you collect a certain amount of money, and then do, you know, pay to refill health at different points of the game, you can actually end the game with $0, which is kind of funny, because it's harder to end with no money than it is to not. So I've never done it. Maybe one day I'll do it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, hopefully this video turned out okay. And we'll see you in the next playthrough, or the next video, or whatever. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.